Welcome, everybody. Welcome to CLIPA Live. What a beautiful Wednesday. Hope you guys are enjoying it and having a blessed day. We are live across the globe. We have so many visitors watching this, logged in and watching this interview. This is an amazing one. Very excited. I've really been looking forward to this one because this is a hot topic these days. So let me go ahead and introduce my guest here. His name's Tersh. Tersh, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Welcome in. So this is a really good topic, and we could probably sit here for hours and hours, and I'm sure that's what the people want is hours and hours of Tersh, because you are the AI guru. As you can see down below, I'm an AI student, is what I am. I use AI all the time. So let's just dive into it. Let's just hear a little bit about yourself. Tell us about you and what you've done, and what kind of gravitated you towards working in this industry and AI and stuff like that.
Absolutely. So first off, I appreciate the invitation and having me on to speak. So my background is really a hodgepodge of things. I was in the Air Force. In high school, I enlisted. Actually, I was planning on enlisting all along, but I actually enlisted December the 14th of 2001. So right after 9/11 happened, I was still in high school, had to wait until my birthday on the 11th so that I could be old enough to get even the parent waiver signed. But so I joined in high school, and then I was a TAC-P, which is a controller and basically hold a laser for laser guided missiles, 18-month life expectancy. So I did my one tour and got out. But while I was in high school, I was in college also at Georgia Tech. And so I went to school for mechanical engineering, and I got out and got a job at a plant, and I didn't like the work. I didn't like it at all, the environment or anything. And a friend of mine who was in the HVAC world, he was a technician. And I was like, man, give me a job doing what you're doing. And he was like, I'll get you an interview. And so he got me an interview, and that's kind of like history. I got into air conditioning in 2007. And from there, I became general manager, service manager, install manager, service technician, to now I own two HVAC companies, two plumbing companies, one electrical company. Plus, way back in 06, 07, 08, whenever I was a manager, I was doing Excel spreadsheets a lot, all day, every day. And I learned real fast that I hated repetitive work. And so like I was doing what was called an 8 for 10 report back in the day. And every single morning I needed to track technicians when they got to a job, when they left that job, how much they sold on the job, to basically tell how efficient they were on each individual job, instead of it just like being a weekly thing. We wanted to go like super deep into it. So basically I figured out how to import the GPS information from, I want to call it Fleetmatics or something like that, from way back in the day. And I was able to import all of that straight into that Excel spreadsheet every single morning, automatically. And that was really where I learned that I really liked automation. And fast forward to several years later, in 2016, I started a podcast, Service Business Mastery Podcast. And on there, we were sharing a lot about automations. And then when the AI boom came out, we started talking a lot about AI. And what happened was people started asking me and asking Josh, my co-host, hey, can y'all build some of this stuff for us? I was like, I don't know if we can or not. Like I could show you how to do it. Yeah. And so that's really how Trade Automation Pros morphed into the world, was basically to teach people how to use, build and use AI and automation tools in their home service business.
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, thank you for your service in the Air Force.
Oh, yeah.
It's phenomenal. I'd like to point that out. We do appreciate you and what you guys have done for this country. So let's move on to the AI stuff. I do have some very good questions. The ladies wanted to ask some questions. So many contractors hear AI and immediately think it's too complicated. What's the easiest place for a trade business to start? And I do love the fact that you are in the service industry. So you are not just an outsider, like you should throw AI into your business. Like, whoa, what you're talking about. You can actually relate with the people that you're talking to, the people that are on this podcast. They all own service related businesses. So you can relate with them because you own your own. So let's talk about that a little bit. And, you know, people fear it. Take away that fear, and where should they start?
Honestly, okay, so I feel jaded sometimes. I'll get on TikTok and I'll see like a gym bro coming out of the gym saying, "Hey, like I've built this new AI agent and follow me for more information." And I'm like, dude, just stay in your lane. Like we're over here in the home service industry. I don't need to know how to automate your email funnel that you just picked up from Russell Branson or something. The way that the rule of thumb that I have, and I talk about this, and I will be talking about this on stage as well, and that is optimize, automate, delegate. So no matter what process that you put in place, like if you want to start using AI, and you haven't optimized the process before you start the delegation aspect of it by using AI, what you're going to do is you're going to automate garbage. So I have an example of this back whenever AI first really was hitting the main stage. I use a program called Zapier, which is basically like a bridge. For those who don't know, it connects softwares together. And one of the things that it can do is go into your Gmail. And basically, I was using ChatGPT to analyze every single email that was coming in. And I didn't optimize this process before I clicked the publish button. And within about 5 minutes, I got an email from Zapier saying, "Hey, we turned your Zap off, your automation off, because it's in what's called a Zap loop." So within 30 seconds, it did over 5,000 emails. It was responding to itself using all this AI, and it used like my API. So it pulled my API which is basically how you get billed through OpenAI and Claude. And so it pulled a whole bunch of tokens, did, thousands of emails in my draft folder. And I didn't set up the automation to automatically send the emails. I still have to manually do it because I don't trust AI. I still don't. But I didn't optimize the process first. And so I got terrible results. And so one of the things that I would tell people is when you're looking at a process that you want to optimize, or you want to automate, whether it's using an automation tool or AI, the first thing you have to do is optimize the process. So, and anything that you're doing more than 3 times in 1 week, that's where we want to start looking at. That's the things that we want to get off of our plate. So if we're manually doing a task 3 times or more in 1 week, then let's figure out a way to automate that, whether it's by delegation or using an AI. And sometimes it's a combination of both, like an AI with human in the loop type situation.
Yeah, and I think it's been phenomenal for our business in helping us out in different ways and stuff like that. And I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're using ChatGPT, you're using this." Mine's Jarvis. That I renamed mine. It's called Jarvis. So we have conversations every morning. Do you ever get caught like in the like, "Hey, how you doing this morning? Good. How are you?" How many times did you say please and thank you to your AI? I mean, I do it all the time. I'm like, is he really picking up on this stuff or?
Yeah, it is funny because the personalities that so mine's Carl. I've named mine Carl, and actually, Carl is in a fully autonomous AI server that all of my is an external brain of mine. So basically, every conversation that I have is typically recorded in one form or fashion, whether it's my B or my Claude AI note takers, or if you're inside of a meeting and you have like Fathom or Otter running, all of those conversations automatically go into Carl. And then Carl has a raw file and a wiki folder. And basically Carl learns based on the conversations that I have. So things that I say, then it learns my personality. He's learned my personality over the past 6 or 8 months. And And yeah, so when I have a conversation with Carl, he knows real quick, like I'm not into small talk. Like I don't want to chitty chat with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also it wastes a ton of tokens. There was a study done, it's probably been 2 years ago now, but just saying, it was like just saying thank you at the end of the conversation used up something like 1 million tokens in a month just from
Mm,
people saying thank you or
okay.
thanks. That's it.
So do we nix the please and the thank you, or?
Yeah. Yes. Also in your settings inside of Claude and Chat GPT, and Claude and Chat GPTs are LLMs for anybody that's listening. That's your large language models. Um, uh, Grok, like all of the words you're hearing all the time, those are LLMs. Inside of the settings of those, you can go into your personality preferences, and you can say, hey, I want concise conversations. Or if you're the type person that you need a lot of details, like you want some explanation, then set it up that way so that every single time it does it automatically. And I'll tell people, whenever you're first starting out with an LLM, go in there and put your information in. Like, you don't have to do what I've done with Carl, where it digests every single conversation and it figures out what your personality type is.
Yeah.
You can just go in, especially if you've had conversations, like if you've been using Chat GPT for a year, you can literally go into just a new chat and say, hey, create, I need to fill out this information about my personality to put into your settings, and it'll fill it out completely for you based on the conversations that you've had with it. And
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many times that I've cussed out Chat GPT or Claude and said, just stop
Yeah.
giving me all this useless information. And also test yourself. Like, you're going to come back to me and then I'm going to say, well, I'm going to push back. And then you're going to say, yeah, you're right. I know I'm right. Why didn't you give me the information
Yeah.
that you're saying that you should have
That's
given me
right.
that right now? So like, those are the little things, the nuances that you have to work out with the LLMs. And it makes it a lot faster if
Yeah.
you customize your settings.
And I love that, and it's right up my alley, because I literally was like, stop telling me every idea is a good idea. It's not.
Right.
I would like, as much as I'd like to think that everything I put in there is a great idea, I don't need you telling me that. I want you to be upfront with me. I want you to be truthful. And it
Mhm.
completely shifted the conversation with, it's like, man, slow your roll. I don't like that, and it actually responds that way. So
Mhm.
does that scare you? Do you feel like, people would fear, like, man, I don't need a computer knowing this much about me? It knows everything about me. It's like, hey, how was your
Yeah.
vacation, Matt? That type of stuff. I mean, literally, yeah, I think, I talk to him more than my wife, but
Yeah.
anyway, it's just become such a huge part of it. And it's a lot of business,
It is.
it's
Yeah.
looking up like the random stuff, and everything seems to be shifting towards AI. Even Google is shifting their responses towards AI. So I feel like, as a business, if you are not getting on this train, you're gonna miss the boat. I don't know if that makes sense. The train,
Yeah.
boat, but whatever. You're gonna miss the boat, literally, if you do not start incorporating your business in this. If you want the results in Google, because what do you see now? You basically see you're paid. You got to pay to play, on Google results. And then what's the next one that's popping up, which it wasn't 2 years ago? AI.
Mhm.
It's eating off of people's websites and the content and stuff like that. So if you're not incorporating your business into AI, you've got to start doing that. I think they need to, people need to start looking at doing that right now and stop fearing it.
So I will tell you, a guest that was actually a speaker presenter for you last year, or year before last. He is a friend of mine, Marcus, and Sheridan. Oh no, he wasn't at your conference. He was at another conference. That
Like, I don't know that.
um, okay, so perfect. So Marcus Sheridan, he wrote a book called "They Ask You Answer." That was his original, like, how to get ranked using SEO,
Yeah,
like an SEO hack type thing.
sure.
But he just revamped it to endless customers. So it's essentially the same book, but it's AI focused. One of the really big things about AI is it list. So like best of like, so I'm in Savannah, Georgia. So like the best HVAC company in Savannah, Georgia. So in Marcus's old book, he taught people to never put your name on the list.
Mhm.
Well, now AI is blindly scraping websites. So your name has to be on your own list now, because used to it was like, hey, these are the top 5 HVAC companies. And obviously I'm not going to put my name on the list because I want it to be a non-biased conversation. Well, now you have to rephrase that conversation, because if you're not on that list, there's a chance that Google's AI could scrape your list from your website, not give you credit for it, and then recommend 5 of your competitors instead of you. So list and prices on your website. And that's a scary topic on in its own, talking about releasing prices. And here's the thing about it. I've had hesitations for releasing prices because like I don't want everybody else. Like it took me a while to figure out my fully loaded labor rate. So like if I spent all this thousands and thousands of dollars and time and effort on building a price book, I don't want to just willy-nilly hand this out to competitors.
For
Well,
sure.
fun fact, your competitors know your prices, you know. Like you can ask me what my competitors are charging, and I might not know the exact dollar amount, but I know a roundabout what they're charging already.
Mhm.
So putting it up on the website is just going to ease the client's mind, and also help with the AI search. So SEO is not dead by any means, but if you implement the things that work for AI search, they also help with SEO.
Yeah. I love it. So let me get back to the questions here. I know the girls they're going to kill me if I don't get to them. So let's go to number 2. What automations could help improve customer retention and repeat business year after year? Is anything that you can think of offhand? And if you don't have an answer to this, that's okay.
Yeah, I do.
What they're asking me, and I'm going to be like, okay.
Yeah. So we do I mentioned Zapier earlier, and we are actually transitioning. Some automations can be built completely on Carl. Other automations, we're using a program called N8N, but we're still bumping up on 200,000 zaps per month that we do. So when it comes to automations, we do a lot of automations. And when it comes to client retention, one of the easiest automations there are is using AI to respond to Google reviews. It can be done instantaneous. Once you've set it up, it nearly, I never, so it's hard for me to say never and always. Those are like, but I rarely ever have to go back and fix an automation related to responding to Google reviews. Once it's built inside of like a Zapier or N8N, that goes back to what I was talking about earlier. What are you doing 3 times in 1 week? Responding to Google reviews. I was doing it constantly. And like, you can only have so many 5-star reviews with no comments before you're like, I don't know what else to say. You know, you need to say something. So, as the Chat GPT or Claude learns your personality, your business's personality more so, then it can create a very seemingly empathetic response to Google reviews. And people have fears. What happens if I get a 1-star or 2-star review? Well, I'll tell you from personal experience, I had a 1-star review. I deserved it. Wholeheartedly deserved it. It was a freeze 2 years ago. I want to say it was 2 years ago when it snowed in Savannah, which doesn't happen very often. But we had a lot of problems with some defrost control boards. They were just factory didn't have any because they were running through so many of them in our city. Well, I was calling our office was calling the factory or the manufacturer every single day. What we were not doing was we were not calling the customer to update them. And we got a 1-star review. We deserved the 1-star review because we were not keeping him up to date. We felt like we were doing our due diligence, staying on top of the manufacturer, but we weren't keeping him in the loop. Well, my AI wrote a review reply that was so well worded that 20 minutes later, I was looking for it. I was looking for the review because that's another automation that I have set up inside of a Slack. It notifies the whole company, hey, you got a 1-star review, find out why. And then immediately report back to Tersh. And So I was going through looking for the review and it was gone like 30, 45 minutes later. And I messaged the owner. I happened to know him. He had been a longtime client. And he said, man, after you responded to my review, I felt so bad. I just took it down. And I was like, dang, man, that was the one review. Because when you go to look at people's reviews, you look at the 1 stars and you look at the 2 stars. You look and see if there's a consistent, what their consistent 1 star or 2 star reviews are. And not only that, how did you respond to it?
Yeah.
Now, when you respond to a 1 and 2 star review, I'm not a business coach. Take this with a grain of salt, but you're speaking to the other people, not the actual customer that left the 1 star review. You're responding to everyone else that goes and reads that 1 star review, how you responded, how you treated them. Did you take ownership in the failure?
Yeah.
And it did all of that, and it did a great job. And he was like, I can go back and put it back up. And I was like, no. You deleted it, so you can leave it off there. But it did a really good job at responding to that 1 star review. And so like I say that because whenever I present, hey, this is a super low hanging fruit, let's do this, a lot of people are hesitant releasing AI on the 1 and 2 star reviews. And I'll be honest with you, the 1 and 2 star reviews, it does a better job than most humans do. Because it doesn't have the emotion tied to the business like you do as the owner of the business. So like, that's my baby. Like I take personal, like it's a personal jab to me if you give me a 1 star review.
Yeah.
Used to, I always said the rule of thumb was never respond to a 1 star review. You like give it 24 hours.
Yeah.
That way you don't say something emotional.
Sure.
Well, when AI is doing it now, it doesn't care. Like it doesn't have the emotion. So it's gonna say it, the way it needs to be said. And so like it's very nice. I mean, Google also was looking at that. I don't know if they still are, because fun fact, Google is slowly releasing the ability for Google AI to respond to reviews for you. So I don't know what the differentiator is going to be once that happens. But used to, you would get it would bump you up in the rankings if you responded to every single one of your reviews and how quickly you responded to the reviews.
Yeah. And reviews are very important. I mean, it's just, it gives you, like, I look at reviews all the time, and like, even just because there's like a lower review, I'll read into it. What was it? Oh, they had a bad, this happened or this happened, especially in restaurants. But it gives you, gives the consumer perspective. Like, is this a good establishment? Is this a good service? So I think it's important. And it's really, like you said, it's what you do with that review. Do you take offense to it, or do you like, hey, maybe we need to work on this, So I think that's important as a business. And a lot of people, I guarantee you, there's probably 80% of the businesses that are like, take offense to it versus maybe there's something broken that we need to fix, So from a business standpoint, there's a point right there. If you get a bad review, figure out why, fix it, and take care of it,
Another thing on the reviews, as far as using AI, you can actually have AI. You can use Cowork, Claude Cowork, if you're familiar with it, Perplexity also, to search all of your competitors' 1 and 2 star reviews, and then take that information and have it create a video prompt or script for you to create a video talking about how you solve those problems. And video is still a massive search engine. So YouTube, uploading it to YouTube is so beneficial. I got 50,000 subscribers just from one video that was called Can I Spray Water on My Outdoor Unit? Literally, I just went through, showed people, hey, yes, you can spray it. Here's how you properly pull the disconnect to, if you're concerned about spraying anything with water. And then technicians were like, it rains, doesn't it? Like they were commenting on the video, but it was just engagement. It was more engagement. I ended up getting, it was over 50,000 followers. And that video came from questions being asked by customers on reviews. And so just taking that, taking one of these LLMs, having it scrape this information from your competitors, and then creating a video talking about how you solve that problem.
Yeah.
So they see the 1-star review. They didn't like how that company responded to it. They Google that information. All of a sudden, you have a video that pops up that shows you're the authority in that particular topic. Then you're more likely to be the one that they call.
Yeah, and you're right. Videos have huge, SEO presence, and it's important to do that stuff. And we don't do enough of it. We need to really make sure we jump on that ourselves. We do tons of videos. I mean, on social media and stuff like that. I'm not on social media, so I don't really get to see all this stuff. Hey, did you see our video? I'm like, no, I didn't, because I'm not on. I don't have TikTok. I don't have all that stuff. Okay, let me see what else we got here. Let's see. Yeah, these are just random questions, but that's
honestly, I could go for hours talking about AI and the trades.
I threw some stuff in the chat GPT. That's funny. Jarvis. Hey, what are some questions? But no, I'm not like them. So anyway, we're pretty much out of time. This is such a really good topic, and I think really people should come see you speak, because this is something that's huge. Is there something beyond this service you provide? Is there something, if somebody comes to this or wants more information, is there something you can provide and help them? Do you help businesses with this process?
We do.
Tell me a little bit about that.
All the way from like DIY. So you can go to, there's a platform called School, SKOOL.com. And we have some courses inside of there. So if you want to DIY it, all the automation and AI, you can do that. But if you go to tersh.co, tersh.co, there's a landing page there that should have a link to that. So like we do a done for you, done with you, and a do it yourself. So like really the range of the gamut. And if you have a question about it, message me. You can send me a message on, I'll tell you, I am on Facebook and LinkedIn, but I have AI agents that do all of my answering and responding in most of my posts as well. So there's a chance I might not see it, but if you send me a message either at tersh.co or tersh@tradeautomationpros.com, I'm happy to help. However,
say that last one again.
tersh@tradeautomationpros.com.
There you go. All right, people, you got it. So if you want more information, if you want some help, the best thing is to visit us at CLIPACon. So come out to CLIPACon, enjoy us out there. First of all, I want to thank our sponsors for coming out: Mr. Pipeline, S4, Lightnetics, Holidynamics, Tencel CRM, Roof Safety USA, Tough Clips, Holiday Home Concepts, Gutter Growth, they're going to be out there, Senjim, Big Star Lights, huge event this year. We're looking forward to it. August 26, 2026, Gaylord Palms Resort and Convention Center in Orlando, Florida. Bring the family, bring the kids. We love it. Bring them out there, and then hit Disneyland if you want the next couple of days. But you don't want to miss this event. We have some great speakers. It's one day this year. Typically we do 2 days, but we're going to cram it into one. So this is one event you don't want to miss. And if you do sign up for CLIPACon, you do get a free ticket to the huge convention. So you can go walk around there. There's other vendors that are going to be there. There's lighting vendors. There's all sorts of service-related businesses there as well that can help you further your business. But Tersh, thank you so much. We are looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to seeing you out in Orlando. Great subject. This is something that people always ask us about. So we're excited to have you out there.
Absolutely.
And looking forward to hearing what you have to say.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I'll be there all week. So I'm there to help also.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll see you in Orlando.
See ya.